Hi, it's Lipstick Gal. Thanks so much for watching today. Let's talk about the upcoming Sephora sale. Everyone's having a sale right now. The day I'm recording, Credo Beauty is having a sale. I know Beautylish is having their gift card event. I've seen so many reminders about like 30% off at Pat McGrath and friends and family sales left, right, and center. Like everybody is having a sale. I think it comes down to brands know we're shopping. They know we're excited about holiday releases. They know we're excited about value sets. So that's a lot of what's out there. I love that this channel gives me an opportunity to try so much stuff. It gives me a chance to try new makeup, new skincare, new beauty products, and to really kind of indulge that part of me that is curious and wants to know. The hard part is sometimes it can be a little overwhelming, and I'm not really complaining. I'm just saying sometimes I feel like there's just so much I can't keep up with it all. And then there's the realistic part of me that reminds me I don't have a huge beauty budget. I can't spend all of my money for purchases in one place. I kind of have to spread it out. And so I think about the sorts of things that I use regularly and continually repurchase, the things that really intrigue me and I'm so curious about, and then the sort of things that I have, wanted for a long time and time has passed and I still want them. And those are the sorts of things that I have in my loves list for the upcoming Sephora sale. There is no way I'm buying everything on this list, but I definitely thought we would talk about what's in here. I went through the other day and got rid of everything in there that either was no longer interesting to me or was limited edition and was gone and I never got. So this is basically my most updated list of things I'm super interested in and are on my wish list for this sale. The first thing on my list is the K18 Biomimetic Hair Science Leave-In Molecular Repair hair mask. So this size here is $29. I wasn't sure about like the giant size that's almost $80. I think it's $79 for the large size. But I have been wondering whether this product from K18 is better than the Olaplex. I use Olaplex number 3, and I am looking for a product that is silicone free, that is going to help to repair my dry hair. The only sort of heat treatment that it gets is a hair dryer. And I do that fairly regularly, but I try really hard to just let my hair be my hair. And my hair is naturally curly, of course. It's also very dry. And I've noticed that since my white hair is coming in, my white hair is more delicate and it's even more prone to dryness than my regular hair, which is already dry. So I'm looking for something that's going to kind of reinforce the strength of the actual strands. It's going to make them look less dry, less frizzy, overall softer. But I want something that's really going to keep my hair in good condition so I don't have a ton of little teeny tiny, breakage or new growth that's like sticking up like a little halo around the edge of my head. So this looked interesting. I've tried a small sample, but only enough to be curious of it. I only had like a one-time use of it. But this is on my list of things that I'm curious about. Fragrance is one of those things that although I really love it and I enjoy it, I'm not terribly adventurous. I will be adventurous when it comes to makeup. I will be even adventurous when it comes to skincare. But with fragrance, I'm kind of like a creature of habit. I know what I like and I stick with that. And I have been wearing the same fragrance since 2005. I know. 17 years wearing the same thing. It's one of my favorites. I can't not wear it, and it's Viktor & Rolf's Flower Bomb. Last Christmas, I got a set that had a 1 ounce and a purse spray, and I finished it sometime, I think was it July or August, and I was like, oh, I think I'll wait until the fall savings event at Sephora and get another set. So there is a set that has, I think it's a 1 ounce and a purse spray. And I'm still working through the purse spray that I got last year's set and a little teeny tiny dauber. It's $135. It's kind of a lot, but I would get 20% off. So this is definitely on my list. I don't know that I'm picking it up because I did recently pick up 1 ounce of a different fragrance, and I do have a few that I'm kind of rotating through right now, but it's definitely a fave and it's in there. All right, so here is a product. It's almost certainly going to go in my cart. And this is the Briogeo Scalp Revival Shampoo and Don't Despair Repair gift set. It has both their exfoliating charcoal shampoo, which I love, and their Don't Despair Repair conditioning mask. I really like the mask, but for me, it's all about that exfoliating shampoo. I went through 2 sets of these in the last 12 months. I really love this product. I have tried so many exfoliating shampoos and none of them work as well for me and the type of hair that I have and the buildup I deal with on my scalp as this one, because there are other ones that are really great at exfoliating, but they're so drying to my hair. Like my scalp is happy, it's exfoliated, it's fantastic, but my hair feels like it's gonna turn into like little dusty crumbs. It's so dry. And then there are other conditioning hair masks that I've tried to, replenish moisture that I feel like whatever's in there, even though they don't have silicones, even though they don't have like other ingredients that I'm trying to stay away from, like mineral oil and things like that, they just don't ever really nourish my hair. Somehow Briogeo has found like the perfect balance for the type of hair that I have. Now, I'm never going to have the softest, most luxuriant hair. My hair is always on the dry side. My hair is always a little bit frizzy. My hair is very textured. It's just my hair, and I know that, but my hair is at its personal best when I use these 2 products. So at least one of these, if not 2, are going into my cart during this sale. Here's one of those things that I've been really curious about. It's not a new product. It is the Fenty Slip Shine Sheer Shiny Lipstick. I am wearing a shiny glossy lipstick today. I'm wearing the one from M Cosmetics. I really love, and I realize that even though we're in fall, winter is coming, I love a matte lipstick. Hydration is where it's at. I have really been enjoying shinier, creamier, more nourishing, comfortable formulas. And this one by Fenty looks really interesting. I never picked it up when it came out. I think it came out in summer last year. And I just was like, got plenty of stuff like that. But this is one of those that is kind of on my, well, maybe, should we try it? I've always been on the hunt for a good tubing mascara. The one that I love so much right now is $12 and it's from Hamish. It is the Smudge Stop. This is really nice, but I have been wanting to try other formulas of tubing mascaras. And I have yet to try the Cali Ray Compellor High Water Volumizing Tubing Mascara. That one looks interesting. It's $24. I don't know that I want to fall in love with a $24 mascara unless it actually does all the things and then some. If you've tried this, let me know what your experience is with it. Another one that looked really interesting is from Velour Lashes. And this is the Pretty Big Deal Tubing Mascara, and it has a peptide lash serum built in. It's $26. And so this is one that I love that it's tubing, but what if it actually makes my lashes happy and longer? And I don't know. I don't know. Here's what it says. The 3-in-1 lengthening mascara infused with a peptide-packed lash serum to achieve noticeably fuller, longer-looking eyelashes in just 4 weeks. Like, that's a big claim, but $26, that's so much better than the one from Lancome that's supposed to do the same sort of thing that's in the low 30s. It's better than the one from Chantecaille that is what, like almost 80 bucks. Like, there are some pretty expensive mascaras out there that not only, are mascaras, but they also have something in them to encourage growth and fullness and length and all of that. This one's pretty, I don't know, it's not affordable. It's $26, but it's definitely not the Lancome $33 price, and it's not the 80 what dollar price from Chantecaille. This is one that I'm kind of curious about, but I would definitely wear it every day and see, like, take before and after pictures. If you've tried this one, let me know. This is the most expensive thing in my loves list, and I already told myself I wasn't buying it, and then when I remembered Sephora was having a sale, I put it in my loves list. Now, realistically, this is not the sort of stuff that I wear every day. Even the eyeshadow I'm wearing today is not my daily. I had time to sit down and play today, and I was having fun. And I guess on the days that I'm playing and I'm not going to work and I'm not doing anything more than just living my daily life, it's okay for me to wear eye makeup like this. But I'll tell you, I would much rather sleep for an extra 15 minutes than get up and do my eyeshadow. I would definitely rather spend those 15 minutes enjoying a peaceful cup of coffee in the morning where I'm just kind of prepping for the day on a work day than to get an eye look like this going on. I don't have a problem wearing something like this to work. I just usually spend my time doing other things. Now, even on some non-work days or days that I'm so busy I'm going like this, I don't have time to sit down and play. But this just screams playtime to me. This is just like it harkens back to all of the art supplies I loved as a kid. It looks like one of those beautiful watercolor palettes. I'm so excited. I know I haven't told you what it is yet, but it's the Danessa Myricks Lightworks 4 palette. Transcendence palette, illuminating eye and face pigments. I mean, come on, look at these. They're just so gorgeous. And the one thing that is so cool is that you can layer these to get different sorts of looks, and some of those kind of beetly green shades. Oh, I love, I love. Now, there's a lot of shades in here that I probably wouldn't straight up use ever. Like the blues, I don't know, I might use them as like a lower lash line moment, or like maybe like a winged liner, but I am not a blue eyeshadow kind of gal. I keep trying to convince myself to do it. It is not in my comfort zone. It is not in my wheelhouse. And I'm always on the struggle bus every time I try blue eyeshadow. And they're gorgeous. Like, I love those shades. I wear those in clothing, but me and eye makeup and those shades, we don't always get along. The pinks, I'm also looking at those pinks going, but wait, what? Why would I buy a palette that has 2 blues and 2 pinks? I think the rest of them would be interesting. And maybe it's more along the lines of having this and the sort of shades I could make by mixing them, because this is all about layering. It's all about texture. It's all about shine and color. I am so obsessed with the idea of this palette. I don't know about the reality of the palette, and the fact that it's $125, but it's like, if I got 20% off, you know, that'd be fantastic. But still, the truth is, this is still a very, very expensive palette for knowing that there are shades in there I probably wouldn't use regularly. I would love to know, how do you handle these sorts of like desires? Like the art supplies part of me is super excited. I used to have a huge art supplies collection as a kid. I was the one, you know, when the teacher said to come to school with a 24 pack of crayons, I came with the pack of, what was it? 64, and then they started making the 90 whatever, and then the 128. Like, I came with all the crayons always, and I needed like new boxes in the middle of the year because mine, you know, somebody had used them and they had broken some, or they had lost some, or I'd use it down to a little nub. Like, I didn't like having imperfect, not fully stocked crayon boxes. And then it moved from that to really cool art supplies, calligraphy and paint and watercolor and brushes and all sorts of things in my teens and college years. I took art classes in my college years, which is why I love the look of this. It just looks like an art supply. It looks like the sort of thing that I would have paid way too much money for during my college days. As a non-art student, I didn't need, but I had to have. It's gorgeous. I would love to know how you handle something like this where it's not a necessary purchase. And I've already told myself there are shades in there I probably won't use. Maybe not ever. I would swatch them, but I probably wouldn't wear them. I don't know. I'm trying to convince myself that I don't need this, but it's just calling to me. And I don't know if it's today's mood. I don't know if it's because it's going to be on sale. I just don't know, but that looks absolutely stunning to me, and it's calling to me the same way that all the art supplies for the art major students in college used to call to me and that I would buy, even though I wasn't even an art minor. Okay, I'll just leave it there. Let's keep going. Here is something that it's one of the few things from the Pat McGrath holiday release that really has my attention, and it's the Divine Blush and Glow palette in Nude Venus. I already have Nude Venus. I love this shade. I wear it so much. I don't have a lot of Pat McGrath blushes. I only have 2, and I have one of her highlights. I could definitely go ham and buy all of Pat McGrath, but the one thing I'm a little upset about is that in this palette, she has 2 existing shades that if you love her products and you buy them all, you probably already have, and then she put 2 new ones in. I'm not sure. I think the highlight is a different shade, but I don't know if it's the same formula as the ones that come in packaging like this, because I feel like the formula that she puts in these that are kind of expensive, they're like 40 some odd dollars, gorgeous, beautiful. I love the formula. I don't have a shade that's light enough for me, but I'd be really curious. Part of me feels like it's $62 for the price of this palette. There's no way that that is the special Pat McGrath highlighting formula, the Skin Fetish highlighting formula. But I'm excited about the blushes. I feel like I would use all the blushes in there. And then I start asking myself questions like, do you really use cheek palettes all the time? And I tend to find that I prefer things like this a little bit more, like singles that I could put in my acrylic storage drawers. This is the makeup that I'm using for this month. This is the stuff that I'm focusing on using and rotating through my stash. And sometimes having a larger palette can take up more space, but that doesn't mean that I can't put it, you know, in an additional bin next door. Because sometimes if it doesn't fit in something like that, I'll just put it in a little acrylic bin like this. Sorry, it's noisy. And then that way it's like right here in my sight line and I'm like, oh yes, I'm using that. My worry is sometimes with getting something like this, it's a little bigger, it's a little bulkier, it can be difficult to store. It can also be one of those things that because it is hard to store, I might just leave it out and then I'd use it all the time. I don't know. I'm a little frustrated that I'd be getting a duplicate of something I already have, but I feel like the other three blushes and the highlight would be very interesting to me. It's not like definitely gonna get it. It's just got me curious. It's got my interest peaked. I have also been thinking about one of those little mini 5-pan eyeshadow palettes. I don't know that I'm as interested in those as I am in the blush palette, but I feel like that might actually fit better into storage and I don't know, like I need more eyeshadow in my life, like I need another hole in my head. Same could be said about blush, but I have less blush than I do eyeshadow. I don't know, what are your thoughts? I know that the big palette is not for me. I know that the lipsticks are not for me. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that Pat released for holiday that is really pretty, but none of it is like essential. But this is the one thing that is really kind of like still like, hey, here I am. I'm gorgeous. You'd use me all the time. It's definitely something I'm thinking about. I have really been wanting to try the LYS matte cream blushes for a while. Ever since they launched, I just didn't get around to it. I always like picking something up that is still kind of like front of mind. And this is one of those things that has been front of mind for me. It's not brand new. But then I saw that they had a set for the holidays that had 3 mini blushes in there for $20. Now, one of their full-size blushes is $16, which is a very great price. It's extremely reasonable, and I would only get one shade. So I'm dithering between, do I pick up one single shade in a full-size package, or do I get the trio of shades? Sometimes I worry that the trios of shades would, like, they're small and they're dinky. Would that be frustrating? Would I feel like, you know, I'm just getting like a doll-sized portion? And then the other part of me is like, but you'd get 3 shades. You could mix and match to your heart's content. I'm really curious. If you've tried this, let me know what your thoughts are. Should I get just one beautiful shade that would fit well into my collection? Or should I get the trio? I'm not even sure that I'm going to get it. But I feel like I'd be more likely to pick up something from LYS than the Pat McGrath palette because it's so much more expensive. Well, let's talk about expensive singles. House Labs by Lady Gaga. I didn't pick up the bronzer. I didn't pick up the highlight, but the highlight really has me intrigued. There is one shade called Sunstone and another one called Pink Amethyst. They are just calling to me. And I've heard really good things about this formula. It's a baked gelée formula. It looks like it has really beautiful shine to it, but it's not like glittery and blingy. I don't know, but they're $40 each. Here's where I don't know if the price point is now we're being sold at Sephora. We have to be like a high-end price point, or whether the product really merits that price point. I don't know. If you have tried this formula, let me know. It's been a while since I've purchased a highlight, just because I have a lot in my collection already, but I've been looking for something that is pretty, that is soft, that is glowy and reflective, that is not a cream or a liquid, because what I'm wearing today is a cream product that I really like. I've been kind of reaching more towards those, but I do want something that is in powder formula for the days that I'm working or the days that I have my entire face set. So if you have tried these from Lady Gaga, let me know if you like them. Another item that I've had in my loves list that I didn't clear out is the kind of glossy lip product. It's the Gratitude Dewy Lip Balm from Rare Beauty. And I would probably get the muted berry shade called Compliment. This is a product that's similar to the one from Fenty, the Slip Shine. It's probably similar to this from M. It's probably similar to the lip serum from Makeup by Mario. And I really love a product like that, that's glowy, that's glossy, that's nourishing, that's just a little bit of color without being too much. It's more, and I like this one's even called a dewy lip balm. So it's kind of hanging its hat on the lip balm side of things. And that winter is coming and my lips always get dry. This seems like the perfect, easy sort of lip product. It's only $16. I'm curious, if you've tried it, let me know what your thoughts are, but that is one that I have been a little bit curious about. Another one that was out of stock during the last Sephora sale is the Warm Wishes Effortless Bronzer Stick from Rare. I would probably pick up the lightest shade in Happy Sol, but I don't know. I don't really need more bronze. I like the one from Merit. I love the one from M. I have quite a few kind of cream bronzer products, but I've heard really good things about this one. All right, so the last three things in my loves list are total extra over the top. They've been in there for a while and I just can't seem to take them out. I can't. And these are the Gucci Voile Sheer lipsticks. I have two shades. One is called Love is Better, and the other one is called Louisa Red. They're kind of like the sheer formula. They're those beautiful tubes that have like the little floral print on the outside with the gold base. And then I do also have a long-lasting satin lipstick in there in the shade Penny Beige. I would be so curious to try the matte formula as well. I just kind of feel like if I know that Lisa Eldridge could potentially be coming out with matte lipsticks this fall, I probably wouldn't pick up one of these because each one of these is $45. And for $9 less, I can pick up one from Lisa. And I know I love Lisa's formula. I don't know what shade she's releasing, but these have been in my loves list since they came out years ago. Like, these types of lipsticks are the sorts that I love. And I always love a really expensive, gaudy, over-the-top packaging sort of situation, but the product also needs to be good. I don't know why I can't separate myself from those Gucci lipsticks. Like, I've gone through and emptied out my loves list and refilled it so many times since those Gucci lipsticks made it into my list, and I just can't seem to like remove them from the list. I think part of it is packaging. I think part of it is like, you know, not just high-end, but luxury fantasy. I feel like they really fulfill a beautiful aesthetic, and I love that. And I love when not only is the product good, but the packaging is just as good, and Gucci does gorgeous packaging. Oh, I do have one Gucci lipstick. This is kind of like their tinted balm. I don't know what shade this is because it's not listed name-wise on the bottom, but it's number 515. But I do like this lipstick, and I wear it more in the fall or the winter because it is kind of like that warm, almost, I don't know, it reminds me a little pumpkin-y. It goes a little toasted orange. I'm fine with that, almost burnt umbery. But I feel like I might have worn this more had I gotten like a sheer red, or had I gotten like a nude shade like this. And the hard part is I'm always buying stuff online and I don't ever just go in store and swatch. My closest Sephora is more than an hour away. So I have to want to go, and then I have to remember while I'm in there to try something like this and find the shade that I want, because I always get distracted by what's new. But I would love to know what sorts of things are in your loves list. What sorts of things are you considering purchasing? Now, there's no way I'm buying everything in here, but these are the sorts of products that either I couldn't get off my mind that I've been thinking about for a long time, the sorts of products that I use regularly, or that could potentially solve a problem for me, like that K18 product for my hair. I don't know, I'm really curious to try it, and I don't want to plunk down the money on the full size. I want to try a mini and see what the situation is like. Let me know what sorts of things you are considering, or are you skipping like all of these holiday sales completely? Share with me what strategies you use and how you're staying strong, because I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching today. Have an incredible day, and I will see you again soon.